let's
You
start
already
with
missed.
Kunle
Okay,
again.
cool. Start with your beginning. Start with Pat Saducci again, please. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
okay,
do
so
introduction. Introduction to the show.
introduction to
No,
the
it's
show.
good to start with Kunle because it's more dramatic. Start with the thing, please.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, so as we saw yesterday, the ball came down from Casemiro to Bruno Garnacho, and Garnacho, what does he do? He patches to the Dutchie on the left-hand side. The Dutchman, all the Netherlands players that were complaining, oh, they're too much Dutch, oh, they're all from Ajax. Let's see what happened now.
Oh yeah,
See
but
what
Kunle, you
happened.
made a mistake. Xerxes is not Dutch. He's Nigerian. Okay, guys. Falabi, take us in, please. Yeah.
Okay, well, we want to look at the Saturday games, and the lunchtime kickoff is Liverpool at Ipswich Town. Ipswich just got promoted. We want to see what the post-Jurgen Klopp era will pan out, how it will pan out.
Yeah.
So we need to discuss
Okay.
that. Mustafa, Kunle, and Bello, and Warif has just kicked in as well. You guys are welcome.
Okay, well, before we talk about the games today and tomorrow. Oh, hello, Warif. How's everything? Let's talk
Fine,
about
good
the
morning.
match yesterday. Kunle, I think Fernandez was the player of the match because even though he didn't score, he showed how dangerous he is, and he's a drifter, and he's going to be dangerous, and it's going to open up a lot of defenses for Man U as they're playing the season. What do you think, Kunle?
I think Bruno had a good game, but I think overall, Bruno and Mino were a bit isolated in the midfield because, and this is no fault to Maguire. Maguire played well, but because he's not quick, the back line had to sit really deep. Because the back line sat deep, the midfield was exposed. There were a lot of long balls from Onana to try to cut out that space. When we see De Ligt coming with Martinez as the two centre backs, the fullbacks did really well. When you see that line sit forward, then you'll now be able to see what a real press is. Although the players, Mount, Bruno, and the two fullbacks were very, very good on the press, and they pressed very well. So I was very happy about that. I think that these two players, Rashford and Diallo, had about the same kind of average game, but I know Rashford's going to start the next game because he's going to start on name as opposed to form.
Yeah, but Garnacho played well. He had an assist, didn't he?
Yes, but with foreign players, you know, when they play well, we're like, they play badly, they're like terrible. But an English player, if be playing badly all the time, scores one goal, always back. That's just how the press falls.
But what I was saying, Garnacho played well yesterday. I'm not played well, but at least he had an assist, right? Yeah.
Garnacho played well. He had an assist. He also had a howler. He missed an empty goal with a soft pass from Rashford. He should have been scoring that.
Yeah, but overall, I think Manchester United looks good. What are your thoughts on the game, Abiodun, between Man U and Fulham?
Yeah, thank you. I think good morning, guys. Great to be on the show again. I think it was a very in the words of Dimitar Berbatov, it was a boring game. But we understand that it's the opening game of the fixture, and
Beauty, you know why it wasn't boring for me? Because I didn't get to see the game, so I only watched the 5-minute highlights. So every highlight was exciting. Go ahead.
The best of the games.
Yeah, but if you look at it generally, I think both teams Fulham looked the fitter team.
Yeah.
Both sides. I think they look more fitter compared to the Man United player.
Yeah.
Like Eric Ten Hag rightly said that he has just been with this group of players for like 6 days, so they've not really had a lot.
And they've also had injuries, and they're not in sync. Yeah.
Yes, but
even Xerxes was injured. He was injured before this match.
Yeah. But to be fair, it's a tremendous performance for Man United. They were pushing, and if you look at it on paper, rightly, I think they deserve the 3 points. I think Fulham did not capitalize on the opportunities they had. They had several counter-attacks, 3 against 2, 3 on 3 against 2, 4 against 2 at certain points in the game, but they were just not clinical.
I think they struggled though in the back on their left and right. They were exploited by the wings on Fulham, but they were lucky not to give up a goal. What do you think?
Yeah, I think they were a bit exploited. I think Kevin Bassey also had a bit of struggle in the game. I think once we see teams play at least 5 games into the season, we now see that much sharpness coming into.
But to me, they look good. They look like they definitely will challenge for top 4, definitely. And they're improving.
United, For now, yes, that's one thing with United. They always start very well in the season.
We
So
start badly, actually. Finish well. Apart from
But
last
anyway,
week.
let's see
so
how they.
what are your thoughts,
But if
Wari?
you look at this squad generally,
So we'll get back to you guys.
let's see how they do. Yeah.
Sorry, I jumped in front of you. Repeat what you said. Sorry. Okay.
No, I said it was a good win for them. Let's see how they progress as the rest of the season goes.
Yeah. Okay. So what are your thoughts on the match yesterday, Warif?
Well, the match went well. Some parts of the match were boring. Some parts were interesting. Could have gone neither way. It's just that Fulham, they didn't take their chances.
Yeah, because they had some
in the
chances.
first half. Yes, in the first half, they had about 2 to 3 chances that they would have fought. Again, what is the name of the Traore? Adama Traore. The coach needed him. Fine, he has an advantage of running and physique, but he should learn how to work with his team. Then also for Smith Rowe, the coach.
Sorry, were you talking about Casemiro? Who did you say before? Oh, Traore, yeah. Traore, incredible Hulk.
The
incredible Hulk.
Yeah. So he should learn how to work with the team. Then for Smith Rowe, the coach need to really blend him into the team, how to work with the Fulham players. Then for Man U, Bruno, I don't know, Bruno is natural 9 because in the first half he had 2 clear chances, 1-on-1 with the keeper. He missed it, but well, one thing about football.
I don't see him as a natural 9. I see him as a false 9.
A false 9, yeah.
I even see him as someone like Foden. Oh, their strikers were out. Okay.
Yeah, all the strikers were out. That's why I played there.
Yeah, because he's more of like a
he's a 10.
10, yeah, like a Foden type of player or something, yeah.
One thing about football, you if you must win a game, you have to take your chances as it comes. And also the coach took advantage. How do you win a match? Sometimes when a match is tough, you win a match from the bench. Look for it. Just keep the player close to your side as a coach. Tell the player, the team, what you want him to do and unleash him. You go into the pitch and deliver. That's what Man U did. Because already from the first half and part of the second half, the coach has already seen some of the lapses of the opponent. And once you have a good bench, just make a sub and the player will go in and deliver. But in all, Man U, they still have some work to do.
Yeah, they do. But I think they're better than I thought they would be, because I was thinking at some point we were saying they may even come 10th. But it's clear that they'll come top 5 this year. What do you think, Afolabi?
Yes, I agree with you, especially with all the injuries and the fact that some of the players they brought came in just on Tuesday and they had to make debuts. If you look at how tough a team Fulham is and how compact and difficult it is to play through them, I think it's a credible result. And it was a brilliant debut for Mazraoui. I was particularly impressed with his game.
Yeah.
The only problem I have is their finishing. Against Man City, they were wasteful. Now, yesterday too, they were very wasteful. I mean, there were 2 balls that Casemiro gave to Fernandes, him and the keeper, and he just played it right through the keeper. So we need to
like they said, this guy is injured. Højlund, once Højlund comes back, once he comes back, it's going to be crazy, man. Once Højlund comes back, it's going to be crazy. Especially now you can move Fernandes to number 10. That's going to be a crazy combination once he comes back. Yeah.
Okay, so I think at least Højlund would have finished at least one of those 2 chances that fell to Fernandes.
Yeah. Because Fernandes is good at breaking defenses apart, but he's not a finisher like Højlund.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's move on. So I feel like you and I'm building. Let's move on to your focus about tomorrow's games. I mean, today's games and tomorrow.
Yeah, today's games. Ipswich is going to play Liverpool. Ipswich have not been promoted. They have ex-Manchester United first-team coach Kieran McKenna, who is in charge now, and they're playing against a new Liverpool setup.
Sorry, I didn't hear that. Who's the Ipswich team coach?
Kieran McKenna. He was first-team coach in Manchester United.
Yes.
Okay, so they're playing against Liverpool with a new setup under Arne Slot, and their system is slightly different from Klopp. They don't press as ferociously as Liverpool under Klopp. They are more measured, more possession-based. So it will be interesting to see how it plays out. I don't know what Bieldo has to say about this, but it looks like Arne Slot is more inclined to play like Guardiola than a Jurgen Klopp. But what do you think, Dodo?
Looking at I think looking at the game, we'll be looking at some of the standout players that can trick and change the game. And I think that game is going to be quite interesting. We'll have to look at the likes of Mo Salah coming into play for Liverpool. I know Mo Salah has the highest number of goals in opening fixture in the Premier League, joint with Wayne Rooney, I think, on 8 goals. So it's one thing we are projecting is that Mo Salah will get on the score sheet today. I think
they need to call Mo Salah. They need to call him Mr. August.
Well, it's going to be quite interesting. I think Ipswich Town will not be any pullover. I think they've signed some very good young, attracting talents like Omari Hutchinson from Chelsea for I think around £20 million. They've signed one young kid too also from Man City. So it's not going to be easy for Liverpool, particularly if David Nunes continues his wasteful form from last season. But it's going to be an interesting game. But generally on paper, I think it's a game Liverpool should win, but you never know in the Premier League.
Premier League is crazy, man.
Liverpool are going to kill Ipswich. I don't think they're going to beat them.
Maybe 2-0 because Liverpool is profligate.
Players, it's a mismatch of experience. Ipswich haven't been in the Premier League for as long as I can remember, and I've been watching the Premier League since I've watched the entirety of the Premier League, and I've been watching the league since 1983. And I think the last time I saw Ipswich in the league was, I think, Old Division 1. I don't know if they've ever been in.
So, Kule, should I bet?
They might have.
2.5 goal score above 2.5.
I know Ipswich. I've heard of Ipswich a lot. Ipswich Town, I don't know if they've been in. I mean, they're going to get killed.
Hey, Kule, I remember Ipswich. Remember that show, Robin the Hooded One? It sounds like one of those cities in that area.
No, I think Ipswich is around.
I've heard of Ipswich. Second division, right? They used to win a lot.
Yeah. Yes. So I don't think Ipswich has what it takes against a Liverpool side. They're far too tough, far too strong.
But the question is, can Liverpool score? They also have a problem of scoring. They get many chances. They might win 1-0 or 2-0. Yeah. But do you think they can score 3 goals? Yeah.
I don't think so. Liverpool are a southern club. They're in the county of Suffolk, so they're down south. They're down south. They're not in London. Suffolk is somewhere in the south central. It's a what you call a countryside. It's a countryside area. So they're quite far away from the north. I don't think they're going to cause any problems for Liverpool. This should be a straight.
What I mean is that do you think Liverpool can score? I'm just talking for people who bet. Do you think Liverpool can score more than 2 goals?
Yeah, I think the Liverpool should do like 3-1.
Yeah, so if the people who bet, if they lose, it's your fault too. If you bet 100 naira for
so now they're coming back, they might not be fit. They're upsets that are possible. And strange things can happen. But even with that, the gap is just too big.
Yeah.
I don't think Ipswich won the league. I think they got it. Was it through the playoffs or second or third? They didn't even win. They didn't win.
Well, this is the EPL. Anything is possible.
Yeah, I don't think there's no way. I don't think they can win.
Yeah. And known to knock out Premier League teams in the FA Cup. Yeah. Anything is possible.
I don't think Ipswich can win. I don't even think they can draw. But the question is, Liverpool has to play well. They need to score and show that they are good. If they struggle,
you know what? Like what happened towards the end of last season, goal difference matters. So every team wants to avoid conceiving goal and scoring more goals because you never can tell how the league might end at the end of the day.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
Any team that you can roast alive, you roast them alive. Take advantage of them.
That's what Arsenal does, though. Arsenal will beat Ipswich 10-0.
You need Arsenal is a decent team. Opportunities
so I thought I'm directing today's game. So what other games do we want to focus on today? Yeah.
Arsenal, Wolverhampton. I would want Warif to tell us something about that. At 3:00, we have Arsenal hosting Wolverhampton Wanderers. Warif, the Gunners, is this their season?
Yeah, this is our season. For Arsenal and Wolf, one of the problem Arteta might be having right now is selection, because I think Arsenal started building the depth, but Arsenal is still lacking in some areas because we need a big, what they call a big striker, even if he's not as close to Haaland, but close to
You didn't
Haaland.
get about Osimhen.
Then, no,
Is
we don't want
Jesus
to see,
fit?
man.
Is Gabriel Jesus fit?
Yes, he's fit. He's fit. If
But
I'm
that guy
the
is
coach of
not a
Arsenal,
true. He's not a true striker.
He is. He's good.
yes,
Just
he's
needs
a
to be fit.
supporting striker.
Yeah,
Supporting striker.
he's
Just put
more
him
of
as
a
a supporting striker.
Yeah.
Let him create the space, do the dribbles, and make the pass. Then also
Nketiah,
in our
is he still there?
defense, Nketiah is there. We are begging for whoever that will come and take him
He
to
wants to
create
leave.
space for us. I don't know if he wants to leave, but the people are coming. Yeah, what's the name? Bournemouth, they were supposed to sign him, but they later they signed the Brazilian. Then Nottingham Forest, that club. So we are just looking. Olympic Marseille wanted to sign him for 25 million, but that's not.
Let me ask you a question.
Arsenal
This is about,
saying 30.
sorry to jump in, but Warif, don't you think that maybe they should just play Martinelli as the false nine and use his Jesus to support him? Because Martinelli, even though he's not a pure striker, I think he's a little bit better finisher than is it Jesus or Jesus or whatever? Yeah, Gabriel, whatever. What do you think? Yeah.
If I'm thinking again, Jesus as a striker, then what's his name? Where will he feature? That's
I meant
Havertz.
Havertz. That's who I meant. Sorry, not Martinelli. Havertz. They should just make Havertz the number 9 and make Gabriel
Jesus as a supporting striker.
Yeah.
There's this Nigerian guy. The guy is a big and strong guy. So I believe Arteta wants to use him as a supporting player for Odegaard. And again,
I didn't hear the player.
Nwaneri. Yeah, okay. He's in Arsenal. Yeah. So Arsenal should not take Wolf for granted. The Premier League, no, we don't have a small team. Everybody is there to compete for the title or bat for mid-table position. So Arsenal should just take their time and know what they're doing. And like some person have been saying, this is Arsenal season. I don't believe that much until we get a solid striker. And Arsenal must learn how to take their chances, because that was what killed us last season. Against West Ham, against Aston Villa. You have to beat this club. Now, our next match is against Aston Villa, and Aston Villa is not a pushover. So Arteta should learn how to manage his player. And the other keeper, what's his name? This English boy, I've forgotten his name. I should learn to keep him. That was what happened to Arsenal, that they sold the Aston Villa keeper, and I believe he's haunting Arsenal. You must learn how to manage your players. If you don't know how to manage your player, you continue buy and sell. And with that, it will not help the team to go forward.
Yeah. What are your thoughts, Falabi? Then we'll get back to, then you can pass it to Biodan. Yeah.
I think Arsenal will win this game quite comfortably. But like Mustafa did a video on Calafiori, that was not a priority signing. Arsenal's defense was the strongest, I think, in the league by country mile last season. They should be looking for a typical number 9. Then after that, they can then show up the defense with Calafiori. Arsenal is crying for a number 9. Jesus is not one. They need a point man. They need someone that is comfortable in the box that can put the goals away. I don't think they're scoring too many goals, and there's too much emphasis and dependence on Martinelli and Saka. Once you pin those guys down on the wings, Arsenal struggle to score. Most of the time, they have to depend on Havertz as a false 9. But this game, I don't think this game will give them any kind of problem anyway. Wolves just, Wolves has not really
they'll win. Yeah, they'll win.
Wolves have not really signed any player of note. They just sold Pedro Neto to Chelsea. So I think it should be.
And to be honest with you, a lot of people
at the Emirates for Arsenal.
And to be honest with you, a lot of people believe that Arsenal should be the favorite to win this year, because Man City has been winning for 5 years. It's very exhausting, and they're getting old. De Bruyne is getting old. Their defense is where Man City is still the favorite, but Arsenal keeps getting better each year. Continue, Falabi. Then you can go to Biodan. Yeah.
Okay, so basically, it will be a straightforward victory for Arsenal. I don't expect any. Calafiori may make his debut, but really, he's not a defender they need right now. They need a striker. And then I think we should talk about Aston Villa and West Ham. West Ham have done some excellent business this transfer window. They bought in Wan-Bissaka, Todibo, and Fulkrug from Bayern Munich, and they're playing Aston Villa, who were fourth last time out. So that one will be another tough match today. Aston Villa, West Ham.
Okay, what are your thoughts, Biodun, on that match? Then we'll head out because we have to get this out so that the games. What time do the games start?
12:30 Nigerian time.
Okay,
Oh yeah, so let's move on. So what are your thoughts, Biodun? Yeah.
In the next 1 hour.
Oh yeah. So no, what are your thoughts on the match? The one that Afolabi just brought up. What match?
Aston Villa, West Ham.
Yeah. I think are you on mute or are you paused?
Let me just quickly skip on to Let me quickly skip on to Aston Villa West Ham. Before I do, I just want to quickly address what Afolabi said about Arsenal's defense, is that they were very lucky Sadio and Gabriel didn't get injured, and then they had Jurgen Timber that was injured all season. And if anything happened to those other two, they'd have had a crisis. So I can understand why they got another defender, just to be sure. Now moving on to this game. The Villa and West Ham.
But can I add one thing? They have another defender, but he's actually more of a wing back. He's kind of like Roberto Carlos for Brazil. He doesn't give you
the nonsense one. There's one nonsense.
I think it's Ben White. Ben White.
I'm thinking about the other game. I'm thinking about Arsenal. I'm thinking about Arsenal.
I call it Ben White. Is he shite? Who knows?
Yeah. Right, you guys
Ben White is a solid defender.
Actually, he's actually a very good player. I didn't think much of him, but he actually did very well last season. So West Ham and Villa. Villa have been up and coming for the last 2-3 years. We know that they got new money in, they've got a good coach. I think Emery's their coach, isn't he?
Yeah.
No, Lopetegui. Spanish coach.
Lopetegui is their coach. They've always had good coaches. They've got a good setup. They've got Ollie Watkins coming through, getting better. And I know that they bought some good players. I know West Ham bought a lot of players and seem to be interested in mounting a challenge this season. So this is a game of two experiments coming together, two chances, or what I will call two sucker MCs. And they want to see which one is more of a sucker than the other, because both of them talk a lot of game. And I just feel that one of them is talking more than they can actually accomplish.
Yeah.
And I think that the team that's talking too much is probably West Ham.
Okay.
I think Villa are going to be the better of the two teams this season. Whether they win this match, this is the kind of match that ends in a draw. I'd say 1-1 or 0-0.
So I know that. So is Villa? What are they predicted? Are they predicted top 6 or something like that?
They finished fourth last season, so they're in the Champions League.
But this year is more difficult because you have Newcastle, then you have Liverpool. But I think Villa. I hate to say it, is Biodun here? Villa may finish higher than Chelsea. Villa may finish higher than Chelsea. What do you think? Chelsea has a lot of issues. A new manager, and they're a team of the future, I think. But I don't think this might be their year. What do you think?
Chelsea is too much money.
Yeah, I think for Villa, I think yes. And if you look at they are in the Champions League, so they've signed a couple of really good players to balance their squad. Relatively, they have a good depth squad, and then they are here to compete. Unai Emery has the experience. He knows what it takes to compete in several competitions simultaneously. And if you look at the Villa squad, there's a bit of depth there and a bit of quality there. So I think it's going to be an interesting game for Villa and West Ham. I think that is the match of the weekend on Saturday. So anything can happen in that game. West Ham also a very stubborn side, but I think Villa should just sneak it because of what their performance from
I think I shouldn't go to work today so I can watch the match.
Go to work.
I'm just joking. If I go to work, the show won't even be on anymore. Yeah. So I have to go. I'll just watch it. I'll watch it on my phone.
I think Newcastle, Southampton, and Everton, Brighton. I think Everton, Brighton is probably the biggest of the two games. But I think Brighton are going to do one over on Everton. But Everton have a very tough team. They beat relegation with the 10.
Good.
And don't forget that Roberto Di Zerbi has left Brighton. So I don't know who has taken over there. It could be more difficult for them to play against Everton. You know,
this might be a season Brighton goes down. Yeah, it might be the season that Brighton has had enough, because these small teams, they come up, they shine, they take the best of their players, the best of their coaches, they're left with nothing, and then they
they are like a marketplace. Go
Yeah.
there to market, to shop.
Exactly. And even when they're doing badly, I mean, they're the Liverpool's nemesis, and they were the team of the 80s. I hated them in the 80s because they.
Oh yeah, Everton back in the 80s, and also Everton was good.
I still don't like them.
Remember Everton had that Nigerian player, that powerhouse. I think that was like 2008.
Daniel
Amokachi.
No, Yakubu.
Was he Yakubu? Okay.
Yakubu.
Yeah.
My ex-girlfriend Buki Oshikolu was an Everton supporter, so I don't like them anymore.
Yakubu was like Bako Tupac. Yakubu was a center. He was the Yakubu is Traore's cousin.
For so many years, they would have been managed by David Moyes, and I don't like Moyes football.
Even Anichebe played for Everton also.
Yeah.
Everton was good. They were like the Blues, the other Blues, because the one Blue is Chelsea. Everton was.
Omokachi won FA Cup with Everton also.
Oh yeah.
Okay, guys. So
Everton have a history. I think they're one of the oldest, if not the oldest club in English football. They're older than Liverpool.
Wow.
The problem with the English league needs to have investment of capital again, because all these teams need to be competitive again. Everton, Aston Villa, Leicester, all these classic teams. They need to get investment from the Saudi Arabian teams to put capital in the league to make it more balanced, so it's not just Arsenal and City. Yeah.
Where would Everton have been if they didn't have that 10-point deduction? They would have been in the top 6, I think.
No, they would have been top half of the table. But I just think quickly we should just touch on the fixtures on Sunday and on Monday so that we don't.
So lead us ahead.
Super Sunday.
On Sunday, Super Sunday, we have Brentford against Crystal Palace and Brentford against Crystal Palace. Maybe Kule, you can just Chelsea, Man City. Worry if you just chip in and everybody comes in quickly.
Okay. Brentford are very well organized. They're one bus stop in London, but they're still organized. They still got Ivan Toney. They still have a strong. I think there are a lot of Danish players in there, and they're all a lot of technical ballers. I mean, these are the kind of players that know what they're doing on the ball. Crystal Palace is basically the blackest team I've ever seen in my life. I don't think they have any white players.
Don't forget Les Bleus.
Nigeria has an Oimbo war.
Don't forget Les Bleus. Don't forget Les Bleus.
Yes, Crystal Palace is burnt.
Belgium.
It's burnt offering black. They don't have. I mean, it's like you're in Africa. They're from the Congo or something. But it's going to be an interesting match.
Okay.
But I think Brighton, because of their coach,
Brentford.
I think Brighton will.
Brentford.
Sorry, Brentford.
Kule, you need some rum. You're not drinking alcohol. Your memory is getting bad. You don't have alcohol.
Kule said, I think Brentford will win that game. Crystal Palace are out of sorts, really, after having sold the French prodigy to Bayern Munich, Olise. And yes, and Newcastle has been chasing their defender all season long. Yes.
I don't know why Newcastle are just killing themselves.
And we were just told that the Bereti Eze's buyout clause just expired last week. So they're under pressure a lot to lose a lot of their good players. So I think Brentford will win that one quite comfortably.
Okay.
Anthony is still there and stuff.
Okay. Let me jump in quickly. Go continue. I haven't continued. Sorry. Yeah.
Okay, so Tony will still be there. Although I feel by the time the transfer window ends in at the end of the month, Ivan Toney may be, I don't know, I have a feeling he's going to Arsenal. I may be wrong, but I have a feeling he's going to. Arsenal is crying out for that profile of player.
He should come to Arsenal.
But they don't want him. I'm curious why Arsenal, Chelsea, and Tottenham all need strikers and they don't want him. There's something that we don't know.
I mean, he's a good striker.
Let me say something about Ivan Toney. He's not that fast. And he doesn't have skill. He's like Lineker. He's just a finisher. So he's like Giroud. He doesn't have a high work rate. But I would rather have Havertz than Ivan Toney.
He's a proven striker.
Toney is a good finisher, but he doesn't have pace. But if he's in front of, he's kind of like this guy for Xerxes. He
A
can
bullet
finish very
striker.
well. He,
Just
yeah, but he doesn't have pace,
yeah.
and he may not fit into Arsenal style, which is tiki-taka. Arsenal passes the ball amongst each other. Yeah, but
Tony is
continue.
clever player. I think
Yeah,
his problem is
just
probably
forgotten,
on-field.
guys.
I don't think it's an on-field problem with Tony.
Yeah,
that's
sorry,
good. But
just
let's go to
forgotten, guys.
Bierun, yeah.
We have
Go ahead,
less than
Bjorn.
5 minutes. So let's just quickly touch on the Chelsea and Man City game quickly.
Okay, so I'll talk
It
about
looked
Man City and
good.
Chelsea. So
Yeah.
Man City should win, but Man City is not playing well. They're stale, they're old, and they're burnt out. They've been winning for 5 years. It takes a toll on you to maintain that level. I believe they'll win 1-0. What are your thoughts, Bierun? Yeah. Bierun,
He's not there. Well,
what are your thoughts?
let me just
Let's
quickly
ask
say.
Afolabi first.
Okay.
No, let's ask Warif. What are your thoughts?
Warif.
So I think Man City should win, but I think they will struggle to score goals. I think they still have a problem between their midfield and their attack linking. What do you think?
For tomorrow's match, Man City should watch it because as long as Palmer is there, that guy is a magician. He can do wonders.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
City, they have the upper hand, but City, they should still watch that.
And also, they struggled against Palmer last year. They struggled against him. Yeah. Okay.
So
is Bierun back on? Yeah.
Yeah. I'm here.
Yeah. So go ahead. So I was saying that Man City should win, but I think that they're aging and that they're stressed out because you can't keep winning every year. It's difficult to win 5 years in a row. But you were saying that Palmer could cause trouble too. Yeah. But I think they'll win 1-0.
I think City I think the game is going to be a draw, to be surprised. I'm not a fan of.
Yeah, that's why I said 1-0, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's a draw.
Yeah, I won't be. So I think the Chelsea players they tend to turn up when they play big games. But you never can know. Man City can just go in and watch them like what we saw in preseason. But that is preseason and this is the main fixture. But it's going to be an interesting game. My expectations are not high. I expect Chelsea to lose that game. Any result other than a loss for Chelsea, I'll be very, very happy. So
any point. Yeah.
The only good thing is for Man City is that Rodri is out. Oscar Bob has a broken foot.
Oh, Rodri is out. That's a serious. Why is Rodri out?
Wow. They're vulnerable.
So that's just the plus for Chelsea heading into that fixture.
Okay. That's a big plus.
Chelsea losing restraints too also is the minus.
Yeah. Why is Rodri out
winning the game?
If there's no Rodri, they can be killed.
Is Rodri injured?
They can drop points. You know.
Is Rodri injured or something?
Yeah,
I think he's short of match fitness. You know, he played in the finals of the Euros.
Yeah, but that was a month ago, man. They're supposed to be relaxed. That was a month ago.
Maybe
but I guess when you play year round, you need more than a month. You play, so you win champ. You win.
Afolabi, do you have any additions or worries? So we can just go to the last fixture.
I agree with what all you guys have said. Mustafa said something very, very key. After winning consecutively, it's difficult to dig in again. And
my network.
Yes. And then there's this question of whether Guardiola will stay beyond this season. So there are a lot of question marks in City. They've sold Alvarez, they're weaker up front. So I think it looks like a draw, really.
And Kula, you know why I'm angry? Because ISL people will make fun of me now when Arsenal wins this year.
My son in his lifetime, he's 20 and he's never seen Arsenal win.
We are lifting the trophy this season.
Yeah,
that's what you said last
year. The last time you lifted the trophy,
somebody said Arsenal is a season.
Okay. All right, guys, let's get out because we have to post this video. And also, I think we have
Tottenham Leicester. I don't know if
okay, hurry up. Finish that one.
Tottenham and Leicester. What are your thoughts, guys?
Tottenham 1-0. Soon will score. Go ahead.
Tottenham to win. Solanke will score the first goal. Solanke to score the first goal. Tottenham to win.
So, Peter, what's your analysis of the game so that we can have an analysis, not just prediction, and then we'll head out?
Yeah, I think Spurs relatively had a very good season under Ange Postecoglou last season. They always start well, and we expect the same to see this season also, them starting well. I think Heung-min Son also would carry the team. We'll see the likes of Jade Madison, who were not in the Euros, would look fresh and very competitive for providing more attacking flair for Spurs, and I think that was something England kind of suffered a bit in the Euro. They didn't have a playable 10, and not that they didn't have players in the squad at the Euros to play that position, but they just did not believe in that number 10 position anymore, relying more on the flanks. So I think Jane Madison, Kulusevski, Son Heung-min, and Richarlison coming in will also be very good. I know Spurs signed another
Dominic
Solanke from Bournemouth.
Yeah,
so that will also be a very good addition for Spurs, providing that alternative centre forward like Harry Kane compared to Richarlison, who will tend to move round from wing to wing. So it's going to be an interesting game. Leicester, I know they lost Enzo Maresca, the man that brought them back to the Premier League. But let's see what they will do. I think they will suffer a bit. They lost.
And our guy is back in the Premier League, Nigeria CDM.
Yeah,
Richarlison is out, so he's injured.
Yes. So it's going to be a very good game. I think as much as I'll be rooting against Spurs, but I know they will win the game. But that's just a summary.
There we go. Also, for Warif and Afolabi, it looks like we have to do the political show at 1 instead.
1 o'clock. Okay. All right. No problem.
All right.
Oh, yeah,
Let's go out.
Okay. Thank you guys.
So it's been a wonderful session with you guys. We'll head out now, and we'll be back maybe during the week or later on in the weekend to preview the next week's games. Thank you very much for your time. Over and out.
Thank you, guys.
Over now. Thank you.
Over now.
Have a nice day.
Have a great day.